contradict yourself so many fucking times that you don't even fucking remember the day you fucking walked on this fucking earth.
Wasn't even trying
No,
to
no,
go
no.
there.
Listen. That whole Alex situation, there was two things. First of all, he says he was a believer. And then the second part is he loves to point to this second sentence. Oh, what does the second sentence say? He was just yelling over Bond, thinking he was killing him with the facts, man.
That's what he always
The whole
does.
time, he says it isn't as good as a baseline. When you say as good, it implies the previous thing is still good. Otherwise, you wouldn't say the as part. You would say it's not good.
All right,
So the
Tony-
second sentence
Tony,
doesn't save him.
I'm gonna let you go off, Tony. I'm just gonna set the table for you real quick.
Nah, go ahead.
All right, so as y'all see, this article right here, Ratchet and Clank. What is this dated? This is dated pretty much 2021, July 20th, last year. Now, we've been hearing it for the longest that, PlayStation and Xbox, they can't do 4K 60, they have to do 4K 30, they have to do these fidelity modes. And then we hear about a 40 FPS mode on 120 hertz technology. That way you can get the full 4K experience, the smoother experience. We had to listen to PC gamers shit on consoles. Oh, it's not 60. Anything less than 60 is trash, which I agree. That is my opinion and philosophy as well. But we weren't hearing this whole 40 frames per second is believable and good and beneficial last year when Sony started doing it.
I think Xbox did this with a game also.
Yeah,
So,
we weren't hearing none of this. We were hearing anything less than 60 is trash. 33 unplayable, 60 is not very playable. I mean, we've been hearing people like Alex them say, "Oh, but I play at 120. I don't even play at 60." 60
Bond. That's what he told me. He told me 120 should be the new standard.
Exactly. Now all of a sudden, Gabe be shoving a. How big's the Steam Deck? I don't know. That's a big flag.
A couple inches.
Yeah. The fucking Gabe Newell showed up on Black with a Steam Deck and Alex over. And now Alex thinks 40 frames is good. I mean, he's saying it's not a big deal. Like, look, the problem isn't the 40 frames. The problem isn't the 30 frames.
It's the messenger.
Exactly. Yeah. Y'all already know if I were to come out tomorrow and say, "Oh, I'm enjoying this game at 30 and 40 frames per second," y'all would look at me like I'm crazy, especially Jack.
Even if objectively 40 is better than 30, we're not trying to hear it from you because you was hold anything less than 60.
Exactly.
Was previously, it's like, come on, bro.
Because Jack, how many times did I tell you I'm not playing this game on PlayStation despite it being good, despite everybody liking it? Jack, it's not 60. I'll wait till it's 60 on PS4, or I'll wait till it's 60 on PS5. And then when I played The Last of Us Remastered on PS4 or Spider-Man and The Last of Us 2 on PS5, played at 60, I enjoyed it. But I'm not playing it at 40. And for people saying that, oh, 40 is new, no, it's not new. I remember the days of Fraps BG. Remember that old ass program?
Yep.
In like 2009, I don't even know if I probably removed it because you told me to remove all my stuff, my gaming stuff, to get
partnered,
monetized and stuff back in the day. But when I was playing like Borderlands 2 with like Humpmaster Flex and Borderlands 1 and recording and uploading with Fraps, Fraps was demanding I was playing in 40 frames back then to record. And no, that shit does not feel good. Like, this is like a person saying, "I eat steak and nothing is good for me but steak," but now all of a sudden he's saying, "But I'm a believer in McDonald's hamburgers now. I fuck supermodels, but you know what? These fat bitches are believable now." Like, you can't be saying this shit. And
especially when you base your whole personality bashing fat women for the past few years.
And Tony is right. Nobody is denying that 40 is better than 30. But the homie Alex and all these PC versions that they cater to, they literally said anything under 60 is trash. And hell, most of them say that they don't even play at 60, they play at 120.
And then when the Series X and the PS5 came out at 60 as a standard, that was unacceptable. 120 was the new standard.
Yep. Tell them, Andrew.
But the crazy thing is, Bond, They used to be like, "Yo, man, the reason I'm stealing Nintendo games is
It's
because they're not at
performance.
60 frames per second, man. That's
Exactly.
simply
Yup.
unacceptable." Yo, the
Yep.
Steam Deck comes out at 1/3 of 120, and all of a sudden these guys are like, "Bruh, 40 frames, man, that's the new hotness, bro. You really got to check it out."
Oh my! But yeah, it gets worse, Blandrew. Here's the worst thing. Fanboys are like a circular logic. It all goes in circles. You got guys telling me now, but it's a portable. What did you expect? I was
Oh,
like, oh
no.
my God, here we
got 'em.
go. But
They
it's
got 'em.
portable. But it's portable. Now, it's funny because when the Nintendo guys were saying, but it's portable, they weren't given the benefit of the doubt.
Nope.
When that man was, saying, but it's portable, they weren't, but, when, Gabe Newell be taking him in the back room with that big black device. I mean, the Steam Deck might as well just be a giant dildo for some of these people.
It's like I told
Straight
you, the
up.
Steam Deck is everything they hate about the Nintendo Switch, but they seem to love that for whatever reason.
Oh,
Landrew
all
is
the
right.
logic goes out the window once it arrives. in the mail.
Landrew's 100% right because
I remember the Switch OLED was announced like a week before the Steam Deck came out. Everybody was like, "Man, I ain't trying to play on the go, man. Why can't Nintendo make a home console? Portable gaming's trash." And then the second the Steam Deck came out, all of a sudden it was,
They
bro,
switched up their narrative, huh?
$1,000 for 40 frames, 2-hour battery life, a giant bezel. Sign me up.
So,
Giant
bezel.
yeah, so here's how consistent I am with who I am. Because Tony watched it when Alex was trying to grill me. Alex goes, so if you wanted to play a game on the go and you can't run it at 60, well, what aren't you going to run it at 40? So I was like, Blaze, tell him what I would do. What do you think I would do in that situation, guys?
Not play it.
Not play it.
Exactly. I was like, if I can't play it at 60, I would just play it on my desktop.
What
Why
killed
would I
me
play it
about Alex
portable?
is, bro, he was trying to avoid this L so bad. Like, he really made it
You
seem
see him
like,
dancing?
like the second sentence that he wrote somehow like saves him
That
from
magical second sentence?
Yeah, like, bro, what how does your second sentence stop you from being a hypocrite? Like, you once you make it like a definitive statement, 60 or less is not acceptable. Anything else you say that's of you accepting something under 60, that means you are contradicting yourself. You are a hypocrite. It doesn't matter if you say, oh, even if you say it's not as bad as I thought, or I'll play at 40, but I prefer 60, that's still a contradiction. I don't know what
That man threw his
about that.
PS4 in the lake. Come on, bro.
BG,
Holy.
I put some more images up for you
Yeah.
in the Twitter DMs that you can show the people. Like this right here has been the ultimate hypocrisy, because this isn't something that, they were doing for a week or a month or a year or even a generation and they changed their minds. This 60 frames or higher narrative has been around since 2008-9 here on YouTube. Now, I've always said I'd play 720p at 60, so I'm not going with that whole 1080p thing. But this whole narrative has been around since 2008, 2009. And here we are 15 years later almost, and now all of a sudden, this is absolutely insane. There's nothing anybody can say. We are 13 years later. Oh, now we're going to revert our standards back to mind blown.
That boy Gabe, man, he got some good skills, man. Just making them forsake everything they stood for like that quick. I was like, this is insane.
The thing is, BG, PC gamers stand for absolutely nothing. There was again, this isn't even just a generational thing. For years, they've been trashing PlayStation exclusives, but I'm now talking about whole slate, man. Can't wait.
And that's why, unfortunately, there were more images, BG, you can throw up there.
Yeah, I'm throwing up all of them. You know what's crazy that I also heard him say? It was on Blaze and Reb's podcast.
You can read these out, BG, for the people.
Oh yeah. I mean, he said the Steam Deck has made me a believer in 40 FPS. It's not as good of a baseline to have as 60, but it's insane how devs aren't shooting for 40 instead of 30. It's a huge difference. Somehow, that's that magical second sentence.
Yo, that second sentence still advocates for 40 FPS though. That's the crazy part, because it says as good of a baseline, so it implies it's still a decent baseline.
Yeah, he said 60 FPS or it's trash, right? That's the big one. 60
Yep.
FPS or it's trash. Once you say that, there's nothing else you could say.
There's no coming back.
Another thing Alex said that was kind of crazy to me, like he said what people don't understand about the PC master race. It's not. He said it's not the hardware that makes you the master race. He was like, it's the flexibility of PC gaming or some bullshit like that. Man, it's definitely the hard. That's what they brag about. It's the hardware that allows you to have certain performance. He's like, no, it's the freedom
mods.
and the flexibility.
They don't
Alex,
even
shut your dumb ass
They don't
up.
even like the flexibility of PC gaming because if
they
anything's
use
not on Steam, they get mad.
Yep.
So-
Thank you.
Like,
Yeah,
God forbid you gotta download a 50 megabyte fucking.
They like the
launcher.
illusion. They like the
Hold
illusion
up.
of freedom. That's all I'm telling you.
Blandrew brought up a good point. Repeat that point, Blandrew.
They don't like the flexibility of PC gaming because the second something's not on Steam, they're upset by it.
Exactly. How big of a deal did people make about the Epic Game Store? Or remember when Alex was talking about how in love he is with GOG, and then when Kofi asked him how many games he had on GOG, it was like 8.
I started talking about communism at one point too.
These niggas be dancing, bro.
Like, do people understand now in days while I was like these born in broadband PC gamers, these new age PC gamers? I have completely I pretty much started the PC community here on YouTube in our little sector, but I have completely disassociated myself with it. All these new age PC gamers are, oh, I remember when Bond was the big PC guy. Yeah, because I don't deal with y'all anymore. I don't subscribe to your craziness. You're in a completely different generation. I'm the Jordan generation. You are the LeBronification.
Yo, Jack, I don't know if you saw it, but one time this guy was in my mentions all day about PC this, PC that, right? And he was arguing with everybody. I didn't respond to him, right? But I'm like, yo, who is this guy in my mentions all day? I click on his account, right? First tweet I see is pinned, right? He says, can't believe this is the best experience I've had in gaming for years and like over 10 years, this and that, right? And it's a screenshot of God of War on PC, right? I'm like, bro, you could have played this 4 years
Oh,
earlier.
that dude.
And then,
Yeah.
yep. And then so I was like, yo, you could have played this 4 years earlier, right? He responds, not at 120 frames, ultra wide support, right? Bro, if you look at his screenshot, it says 40 frames in it. Come on, bro. And I asked him what it was, and he was like, yo, the area's loading in. If you know anything about games, you know it drops when a new area loads in. I'm like, yeah, but if you're playing it at 120, why would it drop to 40? He was like, yeah, my ultra wide, it only supports 60 hertz. I'm like, huh? I was like, come on, bro. It's not even matching his argument.
It's
Bond.
like, oh my god, like Bland, like I wish more people would just make videos exposing these people, because the problem with the new age PC gamer is they feel like they're above everything and they're above hypocrisy when they kind of contradict themselves more than the console gamers these days.
Hey Bond, you want to know why you don't feel part of the PC community anymore?
Because I disowned them. I've made videos disowning them.
No, it's because they've essentially devolved into the Xbox community. If you look around, the most
Where do you think they
poppin'
came from? Where do you think
That's
they
where
came
they
from?
came from. Yeah, they just reverted.
like the most poppin' PC channels around are the ones that talk about console peasants. Like the PC channels now are like safe havens.
Safe havens, yeah,
PC
for young
gamers.
white virgins.
Yep.
Yeah, and again, even just trying to talk about these guys or expose them, doing that is bad for business if you're trying to start up a Twitter or a YouTube, because that's what these guys live for. They'll come to your video, they'll send their flock
They
of
talk about
nerds to your
salt,
comment
yeah, so
section, they'll
bad.
flag you
Oh,
up. So that's the reason nobody really goes after these guys.
They all share the same stupid little fan base, or the same large fan base. It's the whole Rags for Tanga. Like they it's all a giant splinter of Rags. From Rags to Griffin Gaming to like Fratanga, now Alex has picked up that whole community is all shared and pooled.
Even Griffin Gaming even changed the way he talked now.
Yep, and he was originally these people were mostly originally Xbox guys or people originally begging their parents to buy them rigs because they couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Alex,
No, I agree.
Go ahead. Smooth.
No, I completely agree. Like I used to, like I had like I think Griffin Gaming on Planet Xbox before. Like now he stretches his words and all this other shit. And like,
Hey,
like,
kids,
nah, that's
move.
what
I'm
they all
playing
do.
on the PC, right? You know, it's pretty amazing over there, dude.
Yeah, you're like, this is what I do, and then and
Oh,
He's
he's
back
scoring
playing the
your
game.
fancy
Like-
pants now.
Yeah, back in the day, he used to sound like an Xbox warrior, real proud and stern with his voice. But now it's just, hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Griffin Gaming, dude.
I'm telling you, PC gaming feminizes fucking men. So
Oh God.
Oh man.
And like, think about the games that PC gamers used to be into, and now we're talking about censorship of weeaboo games and waifu simulator, just all kinds of
Black D gamer.
yeah, all kinds of stupid crap. Like,
Yeah.
like for example, PC gamers used to be like, this isn't really an opinion. We go back in the day, like there was just a higher level of skill on a skill games cap for people that gamed on PC as opposed to consoles. That's what it was. Nowadays, I would disagree, or maybe it's kind of more equal, but PC gamers really aren't known for being the best gamers. They're just known for being stupid and wild.
Yeah. Well, Alex is gonna he may use this as material on his channel because y'all know what he do, but he gotta hold that L. I don't care what he do. Everybody was giving him the L too. Like he
just pretended everyone couldn't read.
It had a lot of likes though, BG.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the whole community that can't read. Everybody else is wrong, Alex. Like everybody else.
It's not just me. It's Xbox, Nintendo, PC, play. Every form of gamer knows he's wrong.
Yeah.
Except for his stupid little goofy fan base and that whole little teenage version white fan base. The funny thing about it also is, what was I about to say? I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, here's what to say. There is nobody that puts a face to camera that agrees with him. Period. No face, no case. There's not one person willing to get in front of a camera and co-sign that bullcrap. They're all hiding behind cameras and slideshows and cartoon characters, you name it.
Hey, Jack.
What up?
Is it time we finally admit that PC gamers right now serve zero purpose in the gaming community?
No,
y'all trying to excommunicate the. It just sound like
I'm serious right now. You can't ask these people for help. I remember one time I was having problems connecting my Xbox controller, and I was like, "Yeah, man, it was working last night." Then I shut it down, and he was like, "You shut down your PC? What's wrong?" I was getting.
They rather make you feel stupid than actually you know help you out. It's just a weird thing. It's a weird way of thinking, bro.
You sound like you talking about like a PC gamer genocide or something, Blanchard.
Back in the day, BG will tell you, PC gamers used to be very helpful.
Oh boy.
Real quick, BG, before y'all go there, I just gotta say one thing about that whole Alex tweet. The funniest thing about this whole thing is he's saying he avoided the L when he factually, grammatically took a L for that idiotically made tweet. He contradicted himself not only from what he said prior, but with the first two sentences of that tweet. He says he's now a believer of 40 FPS on the Steam Deck because of the Steam Deck. A synonym of believe is to accept. But then he goes on later to say, no, 40 FPS still isn't acceptable. It's just better off than 30. But in his own tweet, he used a synonym that means to accept. That he now accepts 40 FPS. So, dude, so, and this is the same Alex that would usually like curse at himself if he even so much as misspells a word. But he made a huge ass grammar mistake like that. And because of his incel group of fan base, they're all thinking that, oh no, I know what he was trying to say. I know what he was trying to say. I even agree with the point he was trying to make. But he worded that tweet poorly. He held the L. But because of his echo chamber full of PC incel virgins, he actually thinks that he didn't say anything wrong. That's the craziest part.
See what he did? He was in damage control so bad. He pulled up to Blaze podcast and ain't even turned the lights on. He was in the dark.
Yo, he had his followers were coming after me like I was crazy. Dudes were trying to change the definition of believe and acting like the second sentence somehow like erases the first. Like, yo, I've never seen such mental gymnastics going on over like a fact. Like this was like
going after PC gamers is bad for business.
Like, yo, this was like that account that was like some Alex Jones type shit. Like I've never seen that in my life. Like
no, he was definitely Gabby Douglas that day. Don't get it twisted. That nigga was doing a whole bunch of backflips and the gymnastics was crazy. So,
that's all I had to say though. But yeah, like that's the funniest thing about it. No matter how he tries to spin it, factually he took an L, and he won't do it. I guarantee if you were to show that tweet to anyone that's actually got like a degree in in teaching English or grammar in general, they're going to say he contradicted himself in the first 2 sentences. So he can hold that L. Alex, go ahead and use it for footage, bro. I appreciate the hustle. Make that money, bro. I support it.
They was I seen
That
one
$2
nigga.
CPM.
I seen one nigga calling him oh no it's 40 frames. I seen that shit.
Oh my god.
That joint had me crying. I was like,
oh
hey
no.
man. Hey man, okay.